Okay, we were talking about chord progressions, and I came up with an idea to make this hopefully more obvious to you, and I'll show you in a minute. So again, in this class, we're going to be talking about chord progressions, and these are simple chord progressions that have been used over and over. Last time, I hope you enjoyed the music, the evolution of the music that we did. This time, it's going to be just as good. There's some stuff you won't believe where we go on some of this stuff. I'm very excited. All right, so again, we talked about music being three main elements: melody, rhythm, and harmony. What is harmony? Harmony is a composite product when individual musical groups are formed together into chords and things. Oop. How is harmony represented in music? Typically in a series of chords. Chords and harmony. Music sounds empty if you just play the one note. So what they do is they play multiple notes together, and that gives the music its richness and color. Now, I came up with this idea. Everybody's seen an auto harp, right? Well, the cool thing about the auto harp is these are the chords, and some of these chords are the ones that we're going to use in this class. So all you do is one finger, you push down on that button, and then you just strum all those strings. And we were talking how many strings there. It looks like there's 20 or 30, something like that. So at any rate, that's all you do. To make a C chord, you push down that button and then you strum it, and that's your C chord. And now if you wanted to do the F chord, you just push down that button and strum it. So if you knew the melody of the song and the chords for the song and the rhythm, you got the whole thing. Now, you're a beginner in this case, like I would be on an auto harp. It wouldn't sound great, but you'd be doing the song, right? And that's what we're going to be doing in this class, is we're going to break it down to this very basic sort of approach. And then we're going to show how this very basic thing is sort of like the spinal composition of all these different songs. All right, so this is a review from last week. So if you're doing a C chord, you could just push down that button and strum it. That's one way. Or on the piano, you could play a scale and then the C chord, as I'll do here. And then the chord. All right, and then you could add a third on top of the C chord and make it a seventh chord, as shown here. And there's also a button there for the C7 for the auto harp. Easier. All right, and then here's examples of chords. So I've circled the three chords, the C, the F, and the G, and here they would be the C, F, and the G on the piano. Obviously, it's easier to just read the chords on the auto harp and play them, and on the piano, you'd have to know the notes. But that would be like this, maybe. Whoop. Huh, didn't work. I've recorded onto the computer. So that's the C, F, and G chords. All right. There we go. Chord resolution, we talked about this last time. The seventh chord goes to the chord that's 4 notes higher. So G, A, B, okay, G, A, B, C is 4 notes higher than G. So the G7 chord resolves, it flows into the C chord. And you can do that for any key. So G7 resolves to the C, C7 resolves to the F, that's 4 notes up. E resolves to the A, E, G, E, F, G, A is 4 above. So here's an example of chord resolution. That's the 7th. That's the resolution. All right, chord progressions. In a musical composition, a chord progression or harmonic progression is a succession of chords. Chord progressions are the foundation of harmony in Western music from the common practice era of the classical music to the 21st century. So here's the auto harp again, and those chords above Happy Birthday there tell you which buttons to push when. So if you were playing, if you wanted to play Happy Birthday, you'd start off Happy Birthday to, and then you hit the G7, G, and then Happy Birthday to, back to C, and so on and so forth while you're strumming, right? Now, just for fun, I recorded Happy Birthday to my cousin when he turned 70, and that's here.
Happy birthday, cousin, on your 70th.
This is Happy Birthday. It's an upbeat version.
Happy birthday.
All right. So then we say, well, Fur Elise here doesn't have any chords in it. And then we notice, well, that's just because they don't tell you. So a lot of classical pianists don't realize what chords they're playing because they don't tell you, because you don't really need to know. So you can just look at the music and go, oh, I can play all those notes, but you don't really realize that you're playing an E7 chord or an A minor chord or something like that. All right, so, and as we mentioned last time, some chord progressions are complex and have a whole bunch of different chords. Some are very simple, and this one's only got one chord in it. Okay, this is all background information. Note on usage, we mentioned this last time. What we can take any piece of music and transpose it to a different key. So I do a lot of stuff in the key of C. Guitarists like to play in the key of E and A because the guitar is tuned to those keys, but you can transpose a song or a piece of music to any key. The reason you'd want to transpose it is some singers can only reach certain notes, so you'd want to transpose it to the key that they can hit those notes. And for musicians, you can do little tricks differently in different keys. So that's another reason for transposing. But I'm going to do everything you're going to see in this class is transposed to the key of C. This program I used called ultimateguitartabs.com has a little button to transpose it. So if the song is in A flat, you can punch it a few times and get it up to the key of C or into the key of E or whatever you want. So, these darn new computers. All right, one chord progression. So the first thing, we're going to talk about 3 different types of chord progressions today. Last time we talked about the 12-bar blues, right? Now we're going to talk about 3 different chord progressions. This is very primitive, one chord progressions, but as we go through this class, you're not going to believe how cool it is. I promise you, you'll be excited. Hooting. All right. So how can a song just have one chord? They use interesting rhythms, interesting words, and you think it's going to change, but it never does. So here, for example, is Coco Taylor, Wang Dang Doodle. One chord. No change of chords, it's the same chord. You get the idea. Okay, we're going to do a number of these one chord songs just to give you an idea that they do exist. Everybody knows this song, right? I never would have thought this was just one chord. That's this part down here. The words aren't exactly right, but you get the idea. Okay, that was a one chord. Donovan, this is an old song from the 60s. Donovan, all in one chord. See that? C, 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 C. This is a folk song now. If I can get it to go. Ah, oops. Sorry. One chord.
The lock upon my garden is a snail, that's what it is. The lock upon my garden is a snail, that's what it is. First there is a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there is. First there is a mountain, then there is no mountain, then there is. The caterpillar sheds its skin to find a butterfly within. Caterpillar sheds its skin to find a butterfly within.
You guys get it? Okay, another one. Creedence Clearwater. One chord. So if you're playing the auto harp, you'd be on the same button the entire time, right? All right. Yeah, it's them.
The beat goes on.
One chord.
The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee. La-da-da-da-da. Charleston was once the rage. History has turned the page. The miniskirts, current thing. Teeny Bopper is our newborn king. And the beat goes on.
All right. This is George Thorogood. He's a quasi-famous blues guitarist. So he's going to take this version. So this is kind of a blues shout. It's a blues song where they don't go into the turnaround part. By the way, this is just a turnaround part. It's not in part of the song. So I've heard George Thorogood in concert, and my conclusion is it's very loud. You walk out there. Rolling Stones, taking an old blues song. One chord. I don't know if his intentions towards finding a girlfriend are the right ones, but anyway, now we're going to talk. So that was all about one chord progressions. We're all done with that. Just showing you how simple a song can be. So again, on the auto harp, you'd be playing the exact same button the entire time. Okay, now we're going to do the 1-4-5. This is one of the basic fundamental chord progressions to any garage band out there. All right, you're not going to believe where we're going to go with this. All right, here we go. So a 1-4-5 progression. So if you're in the key of C, that would be the key C, and then 4, it'd be C, D, E, F, and then the last chord would be the 5 chord, which would be G. So C, F, and G. So in the key of C, the 1-4-5 would be C, F, and G. And the interesting thing is the C chord. Remember, the C7 goes up to the 4 notes above the F. So the 1 chord wants to resolve to the 4 chord, and the 5 chord wants to resolve back to the 1 chord. So the 1-4-5 is kind of a looping progression where one predicts the other one. So the 1-4 chord wants to resolve to the 4 chord, the 5 chord wants to resolve back to the 1 chord. Oh, this is 1-4-5. So 1, 1, 4, 5, back to the 1. Good enough. All right. You can also do variations. You know, in every one of these chord progressions, you can tweak things a little around to match whatever you're trying to do. So the 1-4-5 progression can be substituted by the 1-4-5-4 progression. So you just step down before you go back to the 1. So 1-4-5 would be 1-4-5, 1-4-5. The 1-4-5-4 would be 1-4-5-4, 1-4-5-4, like that. And I don't know if having these both on the same page, let's see what happens. Okay, that's a 1-4-5. Okay, let's see if I do it again. Let's see if I just hit this. This is the 1-4-5-4. One, 4, 5, 4, 1. All right. One of the most famous 1-4-5 songs is Louie Louie by the Kingsmen. All right. Now, what they did here is they made the 5th chord a minor chord, so it's a little bit of sadness associated with it. But there's the 1, the 4, and the 5, and it's just 1-4-5 over and over and over again. Now, the reason this song is so famous is they sang this song back in the early 60s, and they had one microphone hanging from the ceiling. So here's this band playing, and the whole thing was recorded by one microphone hanging from the ceiling, and you can't really understand what they're saying. So people started to think they were saying dirty words, and there's all these dirty words associated with it. So of course it rocketed to popularity, and I think it was banned on the radio locally and so on and so forth. It's basically just about a guy who's out at sea missing his girlfriend, you know. Yeah. No, they just, so in the key of G, the notes in the key of G would be G, B, and C, and D. And instead of doing G, B, D, they do G, B flat, D. They just drop down to the minor chord. In fact, you can play this without using the minor. It sounds about the same, you know. In fact, I didn't even know it was minor until I thought it was major, the G major chord. Here we go. Oops, come on. Ah. No, there we go. A little minor chord there. We're going to take that chord progression and you're not going to believe where we go with it. All right. So this is about the same era, Richie Valens, La Bamba. See if it works. There we go. So C, F, and G, same three chords. Anyone speak Spanish? What are they saying? No, I got that part. I'm a captain. So para bailar, I think to dance the La Bamba. Yeah. And you need to get up, arriba. Yeah. All right, I used to live in Puerto Rico. We used to do the song all the time, but fortunately I didn't have to sing it. This is one you've probably forgotten. The harmonics are good in this one. Again, the same three chords, right? Exact same three chords. Kind of a Jamaican rhythm to it. Notice they're going back to the 4 chord here, right?
Thanks, Dave. That was the first live concert I ever went to in my life. Was them at a teen dance in Wisconsin.
The McCoys.
That brings back. It's a different version, though. I didn't even recognize that one.
I hadn't remembered
It's not the
from-
recorded one.
Huh. My first concert was Steppenwolf, Three Dog Night, and the Grassroots.
Oh, you did a lot better than I did.
That was in that
They played
forum.
the song 3 times in the course of the.
Oh, yeah. That was their
hour.
only hit, right?
That was it.
Yeah. So anyway, this was the 1-4-5-4. So they added the 4 on the end of the song there. All right. And then Donna. Now this I'm going to use as in our third chord progression later today. I'm going to show this song again because this sounds like a doo-wop song, but he just drops one of the chords. So this sounds very doo-woppy. So again, it's just the C, F, and the G. Here we go. Very doo-woppy, right? Good entrance. Again, this is the Louis Louis chord progression, but this is very sweet, right? All right. Okay, now what they're going to do here is they're going to stay in the C most of it and then sort of add the F and the G on at the end. All right? So they're still using, it's a 3-chord progression, the 1, 4, 5, but they're staying in the C. Yep. Again, I transposed them all. They're all in, this is in like F originally. There's a button on this ultimate guitar thing that where I can trust. The reason I put them all in C is so you guys wouldn't have to go, okay, we're in the key of A flat. So that's A flat, D flat, and E, so it makes your life easier. No, it is certainly not. Yeah. And again, this is for education to not confuse you. So for example, if you heard your auto harp, chances are the C and the F and the G would not match these pieces. And you'd have to figure it out. Oh, it's actually in the key of G or some other thing. But this is a fun song.
Well, bless my soul, what's wrong with me? I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say I'm acting wild as a bug. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. Yeah. Well, my hand is shaking and my knees are weak. I can't seem to stand on my own 2 feet. Who do you think of when you have such luck? I'm in love. I'm all shook up.
Okay, this is the bridge. This is a little, to make a little diversity in the song.
Well, please don't ask me what's on my mind. I'm a little mixed up on the field fine. When I'm near the girl that I love best, my heart beats so it scares me to death. When she touches my hand, oh, what a chill I got. Her lips are like a volcano that's hot. I'm proud to say that she's my buttercup. I'm in love. I'm all shook up. My tongue gets...
As a geologist, I can affirm that volcanoes are hot. So. Same chord progression, C, F, G, C, F, G. Again, probably an A originally or something. C, F, G, let's see, C, F, G. Yeah, it's same thing all over it. So same as La Bamba, for example, only it sounds different. Oops. It's a little bit later. Wild Thing. Let's see it. C, F, G, C, F, G, C, F, G. These are just notes. You can ignore those. C, F, G. Yep, C, F, G.
Wild thing, I think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Come on, hold me tight. I love you. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing.
By the way, we used to try to do this song, and this is a very simple song, but the really hard part is when he stops playing to get those, we could never figure out like how many notes do you hold it for and so on and so forth. So it's actually a trickier song than it looks like. It's much easier when they do the exact thing over and over and over again. Like this song. This is a wonderful song. So this is the 1-4-5-4 progression. 1-4, so C, F, G, F, C, F, G, F, and then they've got a little turnaround. C, F, yeah, C, F, C, F. There's a little turnaround to build things up. But the major song is C, F, G. So 1-4-5-4. 1-4-5-4. The other thing is, I always thought these were black guys. I didn't realize they were. It sounds like a very people of color type of song. Never knew that.
1, 2, 3.
So 1-4-5-4. Oop. Okay, so this is a lot of old rock and roll songs we've been talking about. This is one of the most heart-rending songs, happiest songs you've ever heard. It's Jamaican. It was in the movie The Harder They Fall back in the early 70s. It's a Jamaican B movie. The music is some of the best music you've ever seen, Jimmy Cliff, and some of the best music you've ever seen. And the movie was terrible. It was like about this poor country boy in Jamaica who came to the city to become a musician. The music producers ruined his life. He ended up in prison. So then he became an outlaw, shooting people. And, it was a classic B movie plot, but the music was fantastic. And this is one of the coolest songs I've ever heard in my life. It's just a wonderful song. And notice it's the same doggone progression. C, F, it's not, I think it's an A, but I transposed it to C, F, and G, C, F, and G, C, F, and G, C, F, and, oh, and then C, F, C, G, the little bridge section. So this is by the Toots and the Maytals. He recently died. He played at the Orange County Fair a couple of years ago, and I heard him. So this is reggae. This is about obviously the anxiety associated with your oncoming nuptials, right? Right. It's it's her wedding day, his wedding day. But just a wonderful, wonderful song. Bob Marley, Jamaican. Again, this is Stir It Up, 145 the whole way through, I think. Yep. So it's been adapted to many cultures. Oops, I got it. I'll just do it this way. So reggae again. So one of my favorite musicians is this guy, John Prine. He died recently of COVID. And he was not looking, when he was young, he was a very handsome young man, but that's him our age. So this is the song Speed of the Sound of Loneliness. And you think, what is this song about? And he explains that this is when he was breaking up with this woman, he felt like one of those astronauts in one of those speed tunnels where their face is coming off from the acceleration. So that's what the song is about. But again, it's the same structure: 1 4 5 1 4 5 1 4 5 1 4 5, and so on and so forth. It's the same old chord progression. We're going to do 2 songs by John Prine. I love the guy. So this is about a breakup, obviously, as you'll hear. Very folky.
Come on late and come on early. You come on big when you're feeling small. You come on straight and you come on curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. So when the worst come over, oh, what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Well, I got a heart that burns with a fever, and I got a worried and a jealous man. Well, how can a love that'll last forever get left so far behind? When the worst come over you, oh, what in heaven's name have you done? You've broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on
So remember, this whole class is about chord progressions. Like we all have the same bones, but we all look different. These songs all have the same chord progression, like they have the same bones, but they sound very different. So we started with Louie Louie, and that was we heard Jamaican songs, we heard this folk song, very, very different, exact same bone structure though, right? So the next song by John Prine is this one. It's called Lake Marie, and this song is like a burst of creativity that you won't believe. It's the same chord progression, C, F, and G through the whole thing. Okay, it starts off and he's talking about how this lake was named on the northern Illinois-Wisconsin border. By the way, the name of the lake is not Marie, it's Mary, but you know, poetic license, I guess. So it sounds like you're hearing a travelogue in the first part. And the second part, he's talking about he's breaking up with his girlfriend and, you know, they're trying to stay together. And then the third part in this burst of creativity, he's talking about they're finding dead bodies on the shores of Lake Marie. And then he's saying, well, it's not really that. It's really the breakup of his relationship. So it's like an allegory. This is an allegory of his heartbreak. It's just so creative. It just blows me away. So it's going to be a little bit of a long song. It's about 5 minutes long. So C, F, and G all the way through, or 1, 4, 5 all the way through.
Standing by peaceful waters. Standing by peaceful waters.
Okay, here's the travelogue part.
Many years ago, along the Illinois-Wisconsin border, there was this Indian tribe. They found 2 babies in the woods, white babies. One of them was named Elizabeth. She was the fairer of the 2, while the smaller and more fragile one was named Marie. Having never seen white girls before, and living on the 2 legs, known as the twin legs, they named the larger and more beautiful lake, Lake Elizabeth. And thus the smaller lake that was hidden from the highway became known forever as Lake Marie.
Okay, that's the travelogue part. Here's the chorus part.
Standing by peaceful waters. Standing by peaceful waters. Many years later, I found myself talking to this girl who was standing there with her back turned to Lake Marie. The wind was blowing, especially through her hair. There was 4 Italian sausages cooking on the outdoor grill, and they was sizzling. Many years later, we found ourselves in Canada, trying to save our marriage, and perhaps catch a few fish. Whatever came first. That night she fell asleep in my arms, humming the tune to Louie Louie. Oh, baby, we gotta go now. Standing by peaceful waters. Standing by peaceful waters.
Now watch this burst of creativity in this section.
The dogs were barking as the cars were barking, the loan sharks were sharking, the gnats were narking. Practically everyone was there. In the parking lot by the Forest Preserve, the police had found 2 bodies. Nay, naked bodies. Their faces have been horribly disfigured by some sharp object. Saw it on the news, the TV news, in a black and white video. You know what blood looks like in a black and white video? Shadows. Shadows! That's what it looks like. All the love we shared between her and me was slammed. Slammed up against the banks of old Lake Marie. Marie! We were standing.
Isn't that impressive how he builds that?
Standing by peaceful waters.
So he's using a newscast as an allegory for his heartbreak. Really interesting. All right. And yeah. Oh, all right. You are being microphoned.
I'm also a John Prine fan, and I thought I'd throw a plug in for what I think is his greatest song called Angel from Montgomery. I don't know if anybody's heard Angel from Montgomery, but Bonnie Raitt was famous for singing it. Bonnie Coloc actually sang the original version many, many years ago. She was from Chicago too. But it's a great, great song. It's about a middle-aged woman who's stuck in a loveless marriage in Montgomery, Alabama. She can't get out of it. She wants to leave, but she just can't. She wants an angel to take her away. The angel never comes. It's just a great song.
Yep, that's a good one. I was thinking of running a class on John Prine. I just love the guy. Yep.
I am also a big John Prine.
Oh, yay, we have a John Prine club.
I know all his music, and yeah, some just incredibly songs. Every year for the last 9 years, 10 years, Sherry and I go on a cruise. Once a year, they do singer-songwriter cruise, and I think we've seen John perform there four or five times. We got to meet him. He incredible man, and we saw him a year before he passed, and he had some lung problems and things like that. So, but even in his old age, he was an incredible performer up until the end. He really worked hard.
He was, yeah, I love him.
Incredible guy. Okay.
Far, far away. That's the one I love. You know that one? Sometimes a broken Coke bottle looks like a diamond ring. All right. So John Prine poetry. Again, and by the way, the other interesting thing, if you really, he mentions Louie in here. Was he referring to the fact that it was the same chord progression? We'll never know. Yep. Okay, this song here is the loveliest song one of the loveliest songs you ever hear in your life, and it's the same damn 3 chords transposed, and these are Irish people. But listen to this song. Isn't that a pretty song? Okay, this is called the doo-wop progression. And what you do is you take the 1-4-5 progression, but you stick in, like in the key of C, this would be C, F, and G, but you stick in an A minor. Okay, and A minor shares a lot of the same notes as the F chord, but it makes it a little sad. Okay, the 1-6 minor 4-5 progression. This progression is very interesting. It's kind of like the 1-4-5, as I said. The 1 and the 6 chords share a lot of the same notes. In the key of C, the 1 chord has the note C, E, G. The 6 minor chord has the note C, E, A, or A, C, E. So this 6 chord is just a sadder version of the 1 chord, and it's also very similar to the 4 chord. So we're going to get to see how this progression started in the doo-wop era, then evolved radically. There's the one, that's the 1-6. Down to sad, happy, happy. All right, that was a comparison actually of the 1-4-5 and the 1-6-4-5. Let's try that again. This is the 1-4-5. Happy, 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 happy. Happy, sad, happy, happy. Can you hear what song's coming out of that yet? Oh, you will. Okay, so these are different variations of it. So you can change the chords around. You can go C to the A. So I have it in Roman numerals here, but like in the key of C, you can go C, A minor, F, G, or you can do C, A minor, D minor, which is a little bit sadder version of the F. Or you can do C, E minor, F, G, or C, E minor, D minor, G. So these are all sort of variations of the same. And I don't know if this will play correctly, but I can do it this way. So this is C, A minor, F, G. Okay, and this is C, A minor, D minor, G. Sad, sad, happy. But very similar sounding. Okay, oops. Stop it. Oh, I don't know what's playing. Is it the top one? Oh, thanks. Okay, this is C, E minor, F, G. And this is C, E minor, D minor, G. So they're all kind of similar. All right, so here we go. Okay. The original. Here we go. This is the most annoying song on the piano for a beginner, right? Everybody sits down and plays this. Well, this is what it really sounds like. It's a really pretty song. So C, A minor, F, G all the way through. This is classic doo-wop.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul, the way a fool would do madly, because you held me tight and stole a kiss in the night. Heart and soul, I beg to be adored, lost control and tumbled overboard gladly. That magic night we kissed there in the moonlight.
Okay, that's your basic doo-wop progression, right? So let's go someplace with it. Okay, now we went into the the 50s and 60s where they jazzed it up a bit. Same progression, C, A minor, F, and G.
Earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear? Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you.
Once you get into this progression, you can't get out of it. It just keeps going and going.
Angel, the one I adore, love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you.
Okay, this is that same song we heard previously, and I just want you to now focus on the fact that it sounds just like it, but he never drops down to the A minor. It sounds just like a doo-wop song, but he just, why is the mouse moving? Yeah, the ghost of Richie Valens. See, this could be the same as Heart and Soul, but he just doesn't go down to the A minor. See, he could go down to the A minor there, but he doesn't. All right. Righteous Brothers. Maybe. Same progression, right? So this was the heart of the doo-wop era, the late 50s.
Good for your touch alone. Only time and time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much for you. Still more.
Now he changes it around a little bit here.
Need your love. God, spin your love to me.
All right. Same thing. Here we go. Now this one, there, notice he's gone to the D minor here instead of the F. Sounds the same. And the bridge, they're going to change the chords a little bit here. C, A minor, D minor, same thing. All righty. It's a classic. C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. Same thing all the way through. Now this song has, it's your basic C, A minor, D. So they've changed the F to the D minor as we talked about. This part is not very interesting. This is the cool part of the song. But you know, they had to mix it up a little bit. But I had to include it because it's a classic. Who wants to do the popping noise? Here it comes. There we go. Very happy chord progression, right? See, this is very boring. I don't like this part. But this part's great. Now, this is the same old song rehashed, but her voice is so throaty. It really brings it out in the song Angel Baby. Listen to how throaty her voice is. Same progression.
It's just like heaven being here with you. You're like an angel, too good to be true. But after all, I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby. When you are near me, my heart skips a beat. I can hardly stand on my own 2 feet because I love you, I do. Angel baby, my angel baby.
Again, you can get into this progression. It just keeps going and going, and you're happy never to stop it. But again, the whole song is the same chord progression over and over again. All right, what do we got now? Same chord progression, but now it's upbeat. C, A minor, F, G, 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 C, A minor, F. Same progression, but here's how it sounds.
Here's my story, it's sad but true. It's about a girl that I once knew. She took my love, then ran around with every single guy in town. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa.
this is a cool song. I'd never heard it before. I found it. So what he's going to do now is he's going to stay in C a little bit longer here, and then he's going to drop to the A minor, the F, and the G. All right, so it's the same structure, but he stays a lot longer in the C chord. And then, by the way, the /G means you're supposed to put the bass note is in the G, so it's just it's just the C chord. Okay, it's all the C chord, and then he's going C chord, C chord, C chord, and then he goes A minor, F, G, and this is a powerful song. So same chord progression. Watch how he manipulates it. If I can start it. All right.
He used to sing, "Come and see," and I saw, and behold, a white horse. There's a man going around taking names, and he decides who to free and who to blame. Everybody won't be treated all the same. There'll be a golden ladder reaching down when the man comes around.
Isn't that powerful?
The hairs on your arm will stand up at the terror in each sip and in each sup. Will you partake of that last offered cup, or disappear into the potter's ground when the man comes around?
And I just love that song. So when we talked last week about the 12-bar blues, we said that it was never used in classical music. The doo-wop progression has been. So here we have Dietrich Buxtehude's setting of the Psalm 42. I slurred over that because I don't know how to pronounce his name. So here's the 1-6-4-5. And notice it's in a different key, and I didn't translate it. And of course, this guy, Bach. This is Angel Baby, then by Bach. And then, of course, Mozart did Heart and Soul. Okay, a little bit later, we have Sam Cooke, Twisting the Night Away, same structure. So C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C. Now here he's got a little switch up in the bridge or the chorus, and then C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, right? Same basic chord progression with a little bit of tweaking. So this is a 1-4-5 part, you can say.
Here's a man in evening clothes. How he got here, I don't know. But man, you ought to see him go, twisting the night away. He's dancing with the chicken slacks. She's moving up and back. Oh man, there ain't nothing like twisting the night away.
I can't believe it. The Watusi, obscure song, is, let's check this out. C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, little switch up there. C, A minor, F, G. And then here's a little bridge part where it's different. So C, A minor, F, G. So they've taken the C, A minor, F, G and added a little section to it.
See, girl is a really smart.
Words are a bit different.
See, makes you feel so good.
Now, what song do you guys think of? Any song that I haven't talked about yet that's a doo-wop song? Well, here's one. I bet you didn't know this one was a doo-wop song. Well, we're going to get to one that you're going to go, oh yeah, that's a doo-wop song. So C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C. A little change up here. All right. This is a classic doo-wop song, right? This is the one you should have been thinking about.
You saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue moon, you knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really could care for. And then there's suddenly
This is a bridge, so it's a little different.
appeared before me, the only one my arms could ever hold. I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. When I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon, now I'm no longer
So you guys all see the doo-wop progression, the C, A minor, D. They're using a D minor here, G7, C, A minor, D minor. Then they puts in a D7, C, A minor, D, you know, and so on and so forth. So they're tweaking a little bit, but it's basically the song. Does that satisfy you? The song Blue Moon. Come on, you people. Doesn't that strike anything inside you? All right, here we go. This is the way you play Blue Moon. This is the same song, right? Uplift goes. A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. It's the same progression, right? Wonderful song. Oh, okay. We've talked about variations, but here we go. This is another one. Okay, forget that. Herman's Hermits, Mrs. Brown. They're going to go, instead of the C, A minor, they're going to go C, E minor, D minor, G. So it's a tweak of the doo-wop progression. But here we go. Heartbreaking song. Come on.
Mrs. Brown, you've got a lovely daughter. Go to sharpers her on something red.
Now they switch a little bit here.
But it's sad, she doesn't love me now. She's made it clear enough, it ain't no good to find. She wants to return those things I bought her. Tell her she can keep them just the same. Things have changed, she doesn't love me now. She's made it clear enough, it ain't no good to find.
A classic. Now this is a same doggone progression, C, A minor, F, G. Same thing, but listen to how the Beatles have taken it and just really made it a creative masterpiece.
I've just seen her face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just a girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. Had it been another
Here's the C
day,
to the A minor.
the other way, and I'd have never been a word. But as it is, I'll dream of her tonight. Falling, yes, I am falling, and she keeps calling me back again.
Another weird song. C, E minor, D minor, G. But I don't know if you remember the song back in the late 60s, middle 60s, something like that. But this is a modification of that same doo-wops.
can you still hold me? I say, now, baby, you can you still hold me? You got me doing funny things like a clown. But just look at me.
So again, the theme of this class is the same or similar chord progressions, very creative interpretations of it.
Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you.
C, A minor, F. Short. Huh? Young man, there's a place you can go. I said, yeah, A minor, F, G. It's that same progressions in there. YMCA. All right. So C, A minor, F, G. C, A minor, F, G. Yep, here we go.
There's no need to feel down. I said, young man, pick yourself off the ground. I said, young man, 'cause you're in a new town. There's no need to be unhappy, young man. There's a place you can go. I said, young man, when you're short on your dough, you can stay there. And I'm sure you will find many ways to have a good time. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything. You've been to a tour. You find out all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can get yourself clean. You can have a good meal. You can do whatever you feel.
Isn't that amazing? That's the other key. We should have, yeah, you should have been doing it. All right, the police. Now we're getting to some more modern stuff. So let's check this out. C, A minor, F, G, doo-wop progression. C, A minor, F, G. Then there's a little turnaround here. And then C, A minor, F, G. So a different interpretation, same old chord progression. So a different outer being, but the same bones.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every bond you break, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Every single day, every word you say, every game you play, every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see you belong to me? Our poor heart aches, 'cause every step you take, every move you make, every vow you break, every smile you fake, every claim you stake, I'll be watching you.
Madonna did it. C, A minor, F, G, 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 C, A minor, F, G. So that's a doo-wop progression. And here's Madonna doing it. Justin Bieber. Let's check this chord structure. C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. Classic doo-wop, right?
Oh, 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 you know you love me, I know you care. Shout whenever, and I'll be there. You are my love, you are my heart, and we will never, ever, ever be apart. Are we an item? Don't be playing. We're just friends. What are you saying? Said there's another look right in my eyes. My first love broke my heart for the first time, and I was like, baby, 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 oh, like, baby, 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 no, like, baby, 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 oh, thought you'd always be mine, baby, 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 oh, like, baby, 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 no, like, baby, 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 oh, thought you'd always be mine.
So a modern version. Lady Gaga, Million Reasons. Let's check it out. C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. Same structure, doo-wop progression.
You're giving me a million reasons to let you go. You're giving me a million reasons to quit the show. You're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. If I had a highway, I would run for the hills. If you could find a dry way, I'd forever be still. But you're giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons.
Went into a different structure there, but that was the basis. This guy, Mark, do you know this guy? Is it Mark? This guy, he's a comic punk rocker, and he was most famous for There's Something About Mary. Remember that movie? He was the traveling minstrel in it. Remember the traveling minstrel? So anyway, this is a humorous takeoff on the same chord progression. So C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. And then they've got a little bit of a bridge in here. But it's a fun song.
Ice cream man upon my street. I love your truck outside. Really neat. Now ice cream man upon my block. I love your charm, sir. They real and raw.
This is a parody, obviously.
Now ice cream man, please ring your bell and play that music that I've grown to love. Now ice cream man, please ring those chimes for me on this afternoon. So fun. Now ice cream man upon my street. I love your truck, you know that it's any. Well, ice cream man upon my block. I love your chimes, they real and raw. And ice cream man upon my street. I love your truck, you know that it's any. Well, ice cream man upon my block. I love your chimes, sir, they real and they raw.
Taylor Swift. Let's check this out. C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G, C. There's a little bridge there. And then C, A minor, F, G. So it fits the doo-wop progression.
I promise that you'll never find another like me. I know that I'm a handful, baby. You know I never think before I jump. And you're the kind of guy that ladies want. And there's a lot of cool chicks out there. I know that I'm a psycho on the phone. I never leave well enough alone. And trouble's gonna follow where I
ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. This is basically a doo-wop song. And this is all about, remember in the olden days when you had a telephone with the curly line coming down and you'd, how does this go? You're always like, you'd call up a person and they wouldn't pick up the telephone and you'd be thinking, oh, what's going to happen when they call it? You know, this is all about waiting for that telephone call. So, hello, how are you? Have you been? He's talking through his conversation that he's going to have. And then he breaks into the doo-wop part over here. So this is a very angst-ridden relationship. And he's imagining his conversation. That's what I'd say. If you'd pick up the phone. So he's building, and he's going to go into the doo-wop right now. It's all a build. So here's the doo-wop. Doo-wop. Okay, this is the last song. And this is a doo-wop song. Now, you all know the famous version by Whitney Houston. But, you know, I listened to pick this out for this class. I listened to both versions. And Dolly Parton wrote this. And the way she takes her voice and mixes it with the guitar is, I think, a lot more powerful. And, of course, she's singing about a relationship with her old boss that went awry. And that's what the song's about, breaking up with her mentor, basically. Anyway, so she's jumping around with some chords here, and it's really down in here that she gets into the doo-wop. And this is a very much of a power chord progression. Like you saw how ELO was kind of like messing around, then bang, he hits the doo-wop and the song just swells. Same thing happens here. So she's going to mess around with some chords now at the beginning, and then bang, she hits the major part of the song.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you each step of the way. And I will need. But I will always love you. I will always love you.
So it's amazing how this chord progression from Heart and Soul, Blue Moon, all these Justin Bieber and ending with this, it's amazing how powerful and variable the chord progression can be. All right, let's see what I got here. In summary, how can one chord progression lead to so many different feelings and emotions? How can one chord progression be such a creative outlet for such a wide variety of songs and music that seem different at first but share so much? So we have learned that simple chord progressions from use of a single chord, remember at the beginning of the lecture, to the 1-4-5 progression, to the doo-wop progression, all can be used with exceeding creativity to make a wide variety of songs. The purpose of this class was to introduce you to the basic idea of the chord progression, the bones of the music, and I hope you think you've achieved that goal. So that's the class.
Just great, Dave. We're all wowed here. So anybody have any questions? There's none on the Zoom group. So, oh, there's one over there. Just a second.
Give me a hard one.
Let me get over there. A second. Nice YMCA.
So this was the doo-wop progression, and last week we had the blues, the Delta blues and all.
Yeah.
So does each sort of genre or a type of music have its own kind of chord progressions?
No,
Or are these all carry through all kinds of music? And why is that? Is that just a satisfying sound to us?
the
We like
psychology
that.
of this.
Yeah.
There are distinctive chord progressions. There's a few more that I haven't talked about. I don't know the psychology or the philosophy. I just know that there's these very common chord progressions that are used extensively and with very diverse outcomes. And that was the whole purpose of the class. More than that, you're raising some good points that I haven't really thought of. So good on you.